Right, you ready?
Nah, not really.
Hello and welcome to a very special UCA news segment. I'm Megan Ishwood and 'tis the season to be jolly with December rapidly flying by. And what better way to spend it than watching Christmas movies? Today I'll be discussing a recent festive upcoming project and chatting to some of the cast and creative minds behind
What not to do when you want to screw.
what inspired you to write this script in the first place.
Um, it's loosely based on a true story.
Oh,
It's a little bit embarrassing, but I wasn't the one in the predicament. I was the guy trying to help out. So, that's not too bad.
So we got put into groups at university. I had worked with one or two before, but none of us really knew each other. And we weren't allowed to meet the writer at first. So we just got given. So we were put in our groups, and we got given two scripts written by Ross, and we all read through them as a group. We read through both of them as a group, and yeah, the title alone, I was sold. I thought that's great. And yeah, we read through it. We were laughing, we were giggling, and it was great. And yeah, we decided to go with that one. And then yeah, we met the writer. We went through it with him. We told him how much we loved it, and yeah, we were really excited from the get go.
Hello.
Tyler, it's me.
All right, sweet cheeks. How you doing?
How did you two get into acting?
After you.
Okay, after me. Well, it's all started when I was in secondary school, really, because I wasn't really that into it when I was a lot younger. But my mates would always go to drama club, which was on a Monday lunchtime, and I would just not go for a lot of it. But then eventually I started like turning up to it because that's just where they were. So I did it and mainly started to just be with my friends. But as I got more and more into it, like I ended up choosing it for my subjects at GCSE, A level, and then I went on to do it as the cert at East 15. So that's kind of where it started for me. And I've always loved films. Like I said, just seeing films like my whole life and really being into them is kind of what started it for me.
I mean, I don't want to say like the whole cliche of like, oh, ever since I was younger, I really wanted to be an actor and stuff like that. But it's true. Like, I just always felt like it would be fun, I suppose. And then as I got older, I thought, is this really going to be a realistic path to go down? But then I realized that it's not just, you can do so much more with it. Like you can actually help people. I mean, especially right now, like looking at the in like the entertainment industry right now, like that is what's keeping a lot of people going during COVID, and it's helping a lot of people. So it is more than just playing a character. It helps people as well. So yeah, I just decided to study it at uni, and thought, why not?
To be fair, it started off as a hobby when I was in year 6, and my brother and my mum had found like this acting place, which was actually where I met back. It was an acting school back when I was obviously 11. And yeah, it sort of just went from there. And then it sort of, as I say, started off as a hobby, but as the years went on and when I left school and I'd done work experience in a few other places, it was when I realised that actually acting is what I want to pursue and what I want to do for, fingers crossed, the rest of my life. Yo, it's me.
In here.
So, with this production, how did you get involved? Did you know anyone, or did you just happen to stumble upon it? What happened?
So I saw the casting call for it, and I thought it was really funny. And so I decided to go to the audition, I went to the audition, and everyone there was, it was like a really chill kind of audition. Because a lot of the time when you go for auditions, it can be really scary, and but as soon as I went, I felt right at home, and it was just a lot of fun. I think that's the most important thing, is when you have fun with something, it's just going to be more enjoyable, and you're more likely to get the sort of outcome that you want when you're having fun.
Ryan, in particular, you actually have a history of working with JB Productions. Now, what's it been like working with Jack, the director?
You know what? Like, he says it himself, and I would 100% agree with him, because of his background in acting as well. I feel like he's got an actor's mindset, so it makes it easy then for the director to get into an actor's mindset and sort of fit in a way that we can understand. So when he's given the directions, it's always a pleasure to work with him, because it, as I say, he puts it in layman's terms, which us simple actors get.
Be sad. Okay, be sad.
Ryan's sad now. So yeah, I'd say that it's always sort of, as I say, it's nice and easy to work with him, just because he knows how an actor's brain will work and sort of ways to get into characters and things that he wants specifically.
And what was it like working with the director on your script?
Yeah, he was all right, I guess. Bit of a tosser, but is what it is. No. We got along all right. No, it was great. Yeah, working with someone who understands the vision of the film and knows where to take it. So that was great, and yeah, it was really easy working.
What was actually like on set? Because it's such an absurd storyline. What was it like to actually film?
I mean, it was hard not to laugh during takes, because obviously, I mean, when they brought out the fake penis and everything, it was hard not to laugh.
Well, I think because of the bromance that we have together, even when like
what's with the inverted commas there?
Oh, so the bromance we have together. It was like, even when the camera was off, we were basically still in the same characters. Like, we were just chatting absolute gobbledygook the entire time. So when the cameras went on, we just had to say a few lines that were specific. Like, no, say these lines, and you can carry on being like dumb as you are. It was just funny. Like, I remember there's this one shot in particular when I've got my legs up and he's in between trying to
tug him off.
Tug him off.
Better word.
Tug him off. Yeah. And it was. And the direction was, okay, I need you to laugh at this bit, and we couldn't stop laughing the entire time. So it was like, okay, now laugh. We're already off. But I had to look serious. I was in deep amounts of pain, and my girlfriend was on the way over, so I had to look serious, and it was really hard for me, him laughing between my legs with this flaccid gobbly, in between my leg, and he was laughing away, and I had to look serious, and it was an absolute nightmare.
But honestly, like, the guys, I just have so much respect for them, because they really did have a difficult job of, taking it really, really seriously when all you wanted to do was just laugh. So full respect for them. But yeah, on set it was fun. It was a good laugh.
Shit.
What would you say was your favourite part of the film?
When he starts moaning, probably, and it's a bit like, okay, this has gone a bit too far now. That I just thought was genius. Yeah.
I'm so surprised you managed to keep a straight face on the bit where you walk in and flick on the vacuum, because I wouldn't have been able to do that.
No, it was yeah, no, I liked that bit. That bit was funny.
My favourite part of the film was looking through Reese's legs. It's a really nice shot. It looks great, and it's probably one of the funniest moments in the film. So that's great.
I think for me, watching it now, it's definitely big reveal. That reveal shot, because I tried to not actually see him in full costume. So when obviously you see the film, there's that particular shot where it's the fast zoom in onto my face at my response, and then it switches to over the shoulder and reveals Kyle in all of his glory. And yeah, just that shot was just me. It was fucking genius. Excuse my language. Yeah, I just did that shot. So yeah, I'd say that's my favourite bit.
I think for me, I don't know if it was just because of how we were filming it, or if it's a really funny shot in the thing as well. It's when we're in the car, and then the chicken dippers, or chicken fillets. Sorry, the chicken fillets just slap onto the screen. That was really funny for me, because it was just us having a go at each other, which happens quite a lot, as you can imagine. And then just that abrupt stop, and then just the cut off scream. I thought was absolutely fantastic. I really loved that bit.
I think the final shot, because I think it just summarises the film perfectly. You got the slow pan out, and it's just, it concludes the story, but kind of look where these two ended up. Look at the adventure that they've been on, and oh no, basically. I think it was just, it's something really humble about that shot. And that was actually the first shot we did. So it means a lot, because it was kind of the first shot we did, and it rounds off the story excellently. So, yeah.
I can't help if you're going to do that every time. I'm sorry. It just hurts so much.
So what's your view of your character? What things go through her mind? What does she mean to you?
I think she was sort of a reflection of, well, a representation of what a lot of women feel like when it comes to sex, and, feeling like she had to sort of like change herself physically, like, with, make her boobs bigger, and also like just her whole entrance of trying to put on a show. Like, I think so she was kind of saying like, oh, I'm feeling the pressure, but I'm trying to sort of make it more fun and spice things up, let's say. But
I think she drove in those crazy shoes, so
yeah, exactly. So she was, but that's what I mean, like the things that we will do as people because we feel the pressure, like the pressure of we have to meet this standard, we have to do this. I mean, even just the whole thing with the Hoover, like, there's just so much pressure of like, oh well, I have to look like this in order to be seen as worthy, or to, for my partner. You don't have to do anything like that. Like, the reason that they're with you is because they love you for you, but there's always going to be that stress of, oh well, I have to be different, I have to change this, I have this, my boobs have to be bigger, I have to be slimmer, all of this, bleh stuff that we have to deal with. Yeah,
right from the get-go you could tell he's not a very secure bloke, because the whole plot of the film and the opening scene starts with him trying to make his bigger. So that's I think that's a common insecurity across the board for a lot of people, well, a lot of men. So I think it's just representing that as one of the main insecurities that men have. But I think it's kind of the underlying factor of just insecurity as a whole. I think it just highlights the fact that a lot of men are insecure. But I think it is quite nice the fact that whilst he is insecure, and whilst he is in this issue, he is very open with his mate about it. So that, like, the opening shot is with Tyler on the toilet, and he's calling him saying like, I was trying to make it bigger for her, and so he was doing it for her, trying to impress her. And I think that's the kind of the stigma that a lot of men have created for themselves, or just has been created, that our bodies need to be improved to or attract women, or attract men, or just attract whoever you want to attract. So it just has to be improved, and that's just, I think that's a fantastic underlying factor for the whole film.
I think it's such a shame as well, the fact that obviously it's not just a one-night stand, this is his girlfriend as well, and it's sort of still even with the person that you should be able to share your innermost sort of insecurities and stuff. Even for her, who I'd imagine it's not the first time being in a relationship. Obviously, it's not specified how long this relationship has been going on for, but it's not going to be the first time. And even now, he's trying to make it bigger for her, and it is. And obviously, likewise for her, trying to put the chicken fillets in as well. Like, as cliche as it is, you sort of should love each other for who you are and what you look like, and that's more beautiful than anything, in my opinion.
You are not giving up on me. You are going to get down there, you are going to pull on that thing as hard as you can, and it is going to pop off.
One thing in particular that I'm not gonna lie, I'm weirdly curious about, that was a fake, right?
I couldn't possibly reveal the movie magic that went into. Not even gonna bother with that. Yes, it was fake. And when Jack revealed that, he came up with just this thing flopping about, and he said, "Right, shove that in the Hoover, put that on." I was like, "Okay, yes, sir." Yeah, we had to. It was quite funny how we had to do it, because it was obviously
stuffing a sausage. You had to sort of
because we had to get it stuck. It was like obviously it was bigger than the Hoover, so we had to kind of like turn the Hoover on and kind of go get it stuck in there.
I hope you got that on camera, because that would be fantastic as a blooper reel.
I'm sure I've got something somewhere of just it hanging off the end, like not attached to me, but still in the Hoover.
Oh, Tyler! Tyler!
Have you got any advice for any budding scriptwriters out there?
I think just have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. You know, I'm by no means an expert, so I don't. You know, I'm not probably the best to be taking advice from, but I'd probably just say have fun with it, and you know, if you enjoy what you're doing, then it'll be a lot more entertaining for other people, I think, than like if you were sort of forcing it and not really having fun. So I think that's the whole point of it, and the whole point of being creative.
Have you got any advice for anyone wanting to get into acting?
Oh God!
No, it's not a thing of trying to blow my own trumpet, but you do have to have thick skin, because ultimately 90% of the time as an actor you're going to be told no, which if you're constantly going to take that as a personal thing of you're not good enough, it's tough. So I guess any advice would just be to maybe don't take it personally when you're told no. It's not always down to that. It could be literally just that they wanted someone that had blue eyes instead of brown eyes. It can literally always be something as simple as that. So don't always necessarily take it as a bad thing. It's a learning curve the whole time. You are learning forever.
I've been into an audition where it was literally, I got through the first round, second round, it was like, bring it, right, brilliant, love that, and then got to one round, I didn't do so well on it, okay, like, right, you're out. And I was out the door, and along with a few other people, we were just ushered out, and that was it, and that was the end of the day. It's just about taking it on the chin, and okay, this one wasn't maybe as successful, but it's not the be all and end all. There's going to be more opportunities. You just have to keep putting yourself out there and keep pushing yourself.
My advice would be don't listen to anyone. I think, no, honestly, because I think when it comes, like within this industry, just the creative industry as a whole, whenever you tell someone that that's what you want to do or go into, you get a lot of judgment. Like a lot of people will judge you and try and put you off it. And I think so the best thing that you can do is ignore them, because there are jobs within the creative industry. If you want to be an actor, you can be an actor. And, if it's, productions and, whether that be films or theatre, plays, anything like that, if that's what you love, then do it, because you've got one life and you don't want to spend it being miserable. You know, there's enough misery in the world already, and you're going to go through things either way. So at least, you know, have a happy career.
Have you got any advice for future directors out there?
The one bit of advice, it's a little bit of a cliche, but it's just true, is don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. You know, don't let anyone, when I was choosing my directing specialism, I had so many people from the upper years telling me, like, don't choose directing. If you want a career in film, you choose sound, or you choose this. Like, you don't choose directing because you're not going to get a job. But my response was always, well, that's what I want to do. You know, if I just wanted a job, I wouldn't have bothered coming to university. So, you know, stick with it. And I think my second piece of advice is, if you get offered a first AD role and not a directing role, take the first AD role. It's, you know, it's not that bad. It's great, actually. And it allows you to make connections. It allows you to, you know, be on set, get experience. It's honestly, it's great. Any job in the film industry, even if you're a runner, because you're on set, you're meeting people, and you do not know where these connections can get you. So don't turn anything down, and don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do.
No, it's not funny. No, it is not funny. Please just go somewhere.